Howdy there, fellow armchair generals, and welcome to another episode of Grand Tactician Civil War. It is May 18th, 1861, and we have a bit of an issue here in the east, but we're gonna go and check that later. First of all, it seems like while we have pretty much the same amount of men fielded, in regards to navy tonnage, I've started building 4 new ships. I'm gonna explain that later. Nothing else except the economy. Oh! Interesting. They had over 200, now they have 20. So something might have been off. But seems like we're gaining on economy. At least gaining on the same amount of economy or production that the North has. Now, in regards to the ships, first of all, I'm not sure why this one's retreating. We did win here. We're gonna send this fleet back. We're gonna send it back up north. There's no disabled ships. We have firepower. Maybe they need to refuel and restock. But we're gonna send it up here. Start messing up with the supplies for this army. There is an army here. So that's why I'm sending both the Hampton Division and the Western Army up to take over the depot. We are very low on supplies here, that's why I'm counting on the troops to take it over again. We're also gonna mess up the building of this supply depot and hopefully the army that's up here. Now, in regards to that ships I was talking about, I've commissioned 4 new 4th-rate steamers. This is gonna be another fleet that's probably gonna be lurking up in this area, so around Louisville and Cincinnati, at least that's the plan. So we'll have one fleet around St. Louis and another one around Louisville and Cincinnati. So we're gonna keep on building those ships. What else? Now here in the Kentucky area, Kentucky, Tennessee area, I've been thinking about pulling these 2 armies back to Nashville because they're gonna be protected by the river, but we're gonna hold out for a while. We'll see what the Army of the Potomac does. It says the strength is only 5,500, but we know it had 10,000 men. So yeah, with our units staying at Bowling Green, we can actually keep an eye on this army. There's also another one up here building supply depot, and that's really worrying me, because if they both attack, we're gonna be screwed. I'm not gonna build a supply depot here, but we only have 5,000 men altogether and we cannot recruit more, so we're gonna have an issue in this Kentucky area. Now here, the last time, in the last episode, we've smashed what's the army's name? Department of the Pennsylvania. So we smashed that one, and I'm moving Army of the Northwest back to Grafton. We don't want to lose Grafton, what's this? Charlesville or something, and Lewisburg, because if we do, I think these 3 towns, then we're gonna lose West Virginia. And there's an enemy army lurking up here, the Army of the Ohio, which is freaking strong. Now, the main issue that I've mentioned at the start is the main issue in the east is that there's 2 armies here. Army of the Northeastern Virginia with 18,000 men, 30 guns, and Army of the Shenandoah with 13,000. So altogether it's 31,000 men and 50 guns, 50 cannons. We only have the Army of the Potomac here with 18, well actually it's not 19,000 men. They're still gonna take a couple of days to get them on the field. I've also swapped out, upgraded them. Oh, they have the howitzers. 1,000 yards, 1,600 field guns. Wait a second, do we have the field guns? 12-pounder field guns. I don't think we have them. No, we only have 1 piece. That's why I swapped them out. I mean, these guys had 6-pounder field guns. It says we have 25 pieces, but we had none before. So We're gonna give them more, let's say, more potent cannons. Now, the 2nd Canadian Brigade was another request from a YouTube viewer. So here's your unit. I've put it in the Army of the Potomac, white trousers and red shirts. They have the Mississippi Rifles. Now, this division is fine. This division only has the Mississippi Rifles, which are fine. The rest is lacking troops. So I'll probably, as soon as this one gets recruited, I'm gonna put the troops into this unit to get them up to 3,000. But yeah, this army cannot hold on its own, so I'm sending Hampton Division to support, and we're also sending wait a second, not Magruder. We're also sending Johnston over the rail to help out in this area, so let's hope they do manage to get there in time. They just received their orders. Policy wise, as soon as we finish Militia Act 2, which is in 1.3 days, we're gonna go for military, because we need to do more spending on, we need to finance more projects in military. I'm not exactly sure, because I'm playing this for the first time with the projects, if we should take the weapon production, and if we take it, will the existing orders be finished faster? The last time I was recording, I was very tired, so I was derping out. I derped out and I was watching, looking at the wrong... What the heck are the weapons? Looking at the wrong things. First of all, I ordered 32 pieces of 12-pounder howitzers, because we're really... it's actually the only cannons that I can order. And the second order was for reboard muskets, so 13 million in 133 days. I hope the number is gonna fall if we take that project. I mean, if we finish the... Come on, the weapon production project. So subsidize domestic weapon production. This will make production of weapons more profitable, boosting volume. Oh, it doesn't say anything about time, but I'm kinda, well, I'm not reluctant to take this. I would rather take some form of new weapons, because we only have those reboard muskets, and that's really bad, those real low quality. But it seems like, wait a second, oh, this is industry, it's not military. Okay, then we're gonna probably take the weapons production as soon as we can, though I would really like to save up to upgrade our one and only iron mines. We're only halfway, so subsidizing this, I wish it would say how much it costs. The fixed costs will rise, that's only fixed costs. But upgrade to increase productivity of this building to 300 production, currently is only 100, so we have to invest into this one. So yeah, I'm still deciding if we're gonna go for a weapons production, or it's gonna be more beneficial to actually go for the iron mines. I mean, yeah, for subsidizing the production of iron mines for a 200% yield increase. Nothing else, I think. Finances are still sound. It's probably because I've taken... does it show? I thought it shows up here. I've taken that perk, or whatever it's called, or however it's called. Oh yeah, this, here it is. Is it the bread basket? I think not. It gives us additional 2 underground rail. It should give us additional 2 ratings, like 2 levels in rating. Oh, this is reducing available recruits in the south. Alrighty, I was again tapping it out. I was looking at the wrong size. So we can see what the enemy has. I was like, breadbasket, don't we have King Cotton? So they have the breadbasket. So this is reducing recruits in the south, so that's actually hampering our war effort. But yeah, what I meant was, I think it's the Southern Pacific. Yeah, it says CSA credit rating +2, railroad transport capacity. This is what I was searching for. Holy crap! I guess I need to sleep more. But anyway, so yeah, we know what the plans are. Let's hope we are not gonna be engaged in this fight before the armies arrive down here. But we're probably gonna have to withdraw here and come at them later. But I'm gonna play on, keep tune in when something happens. I'm not gonna go and invest into construction buildings, because we, like I said, we need to invest into weapons and that iron mine. Interesting, I just started up time, and it says disaster for Union, Confederates stand firm, Federal volunteers skedaddle. Lincoln calls in an emergency meeting, and Northerners lost heart. Awesome. We did smack them. Rebels on the move, we invaded the north. Nothing but great news. Well, we've got new recruits. We finished Militia Act 2 and went for the Military 1. Now, let's see, how many recruits do we have? 6,000, 6,500. So we could recruit a few units. Where do we need them? We need them here. Johnston needs them. We'll probably need a few here, but we definitely need them down here. Let's go slow, because we're gonna engage soon, probably. Now, I'm not gonna mess around with these two units for now. But what we are gonna do is we're gonna recruit. How many units do you? 1,500. Yeah, we need to recruit at least one here. Okay, it's okay, Commander. That's gonna be it. I guess Johnston's gonna be our main army, and we need to recruit more troops here. If nothing else, to fill up the ranks. I'm gonna recruit another cavalry, though I'm not sure if we need it. These troops are quite okay. Yeah, we're gonna recruit another brigade. We don't care who the commander is, because they're just gonna be there to fill up the ranks of the other units, and we're gonna do the same here, because I think we are lacking manpower. Yes, we are. We're severely lacking manpower. Now we could send these, let's put them here and there. So they will be weighed down. We're gonna recruit another one. And another one to fill up the ranks. So mixed muskets it is. Can we upgrade anything here? Enfield rifles. We can give them infields on Springfields. We're gonna give them infields. Before we do that, let's see if we can equip anybody in the east. Sorry, in the west. Because these guys will need the better rifles. The Hampton Division, I think, is the main army. Yeah, the Hampton Division is the main army. It's the one that I want to take over the... I think it's St. Louis, not sure. Yeah, there's no supply here. Oh boy. Okay. Then we're gonna equip the troops maybe here. Mixed muskets. Okay, we're gonna get the infields. What about you? That's pretty much it. Now this army, I suppose it's gonna be more mobile. Mixed muskets. Oh boy, this one's crap. Yeah, we cannot do here anything here either. I don't know why this happens, but we had the option to upgrade 2 units. I mean, we had 2 different... Okay, we can give them Springfields here, so let's upgrade that. And move on. I'm gonna tune in when something happens. Army of the Shenandoah. Ooh, how come they... 7 hours. Ooh, this is gonna be a big engagement. They will actually get the reinforcements in 8 hours, and we're gonna get them in 7 hours. I'm not sure if we are the attacking or defending side. But anyway, they have 28,000 men. We have 38,000 men, and almost the same number of cannons. So, it's Hulbrut. Hurlbut. Oh boy, me and my English. Hurlbut. Anyway, he's a 45, little known, cautious, liked, good administrator, which is kind of bad for us, and predictable. He has some pre-war experience. Of course, on our side, it's gonna be our legendary Johnston. Joseph E. Johnston. He's passive, distinguished, good administrator. Wait, is that the same? Yeah. Good administrator with 2 stars. Skilled in diversion, professional officer, engineer. So, I'm not sure how the heck they popped up, Army of the Shenandoah, how we found it here, because it kinda disappeared off the map. It was moving somewhere here, along this band, and then they disappeared. And I was like, what the heck? Not sure why this army is not capable of helping out. We should get this army on the field as well. Don't tell me. This is super odd. There should be a 3rd army here. It is offensive stance. I don't know. Anyway, let's engage this battle. It should be an interesting one. And yeah, like I said, I hope we're gonna be defending. So, a Battle of Leesburg in Virginia, May 23rd, 1861. Dang it. We're not gonna be defending. We're gonna get reinforcements from this side. The enemy is gonna get reinforcements from here. Oh boy, it's divided by a river. We should probably attack from the north, because it's closer. We can get our troops down here. Fight on the open field. It's gonna be a nightmare crossing. I'm just checking, for example, the woods. Oh no, wait a second. Both are on the south side. Okay, so that means we're gonna attack from the south. It's gonna be an open field battle. We're gonna probably they're gonna be like, I don't know, defending here. So we might have to go through the woods. I'm reluctant to move the units up here. Let me think this over. I'll tune in when I kind of figure out how we're gonna tackle this one. Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna move the army. They are poorly equipped, that's the main issue. So we only have mixed muskets. There's only 1 unit with Springfields. At least they are up, well, 1 brigade is down to half of its strength. We're gonna send the scouts out, so they're already set to be scouting. We're gonna send them out and see where the enemy is gonna build defenses, probably in this area. But we're gonna go down south, follow this road most likely. Kinda skedaddle over here, and then we're gonna move down this road, or let's say up this road, because we have defensive positions. We're gonna see how the enemy is set up, and probably before we actually do any kind of engagement, the reinforcements are gonna come on both sides, and then we're gonna start. We're gonna figure it out if we manage to get across the river, or maybe push across the river, or maybe from the back with the reinforcements. The reinforcements are gonna be better equipped, so we'll see how we're gonna try and fold in on one of their flanks, but we're gonna have to use the army that comes later. So in the meantime, the enemy does have more guns than we do. We'll see if we're gonna engage into a gun duel, but it might not end well, so we'll see. Maybe we're gonna keep distance, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the time being. So I'll tune in when we meet the enemy. The end of the day, and our reinforcements are still not in. By the way, I'm a bit surprised. Oh, Coke arrives. Shields arrives. Where did they arrive from? Oh my god. Oh, wait a second. Well, first of all, I'm a bit surprised that when I started up, I set the army down here, and then we started marching across down here. First of all, I was very surprised. Can we see the enemy? No. I'm gonna set this up later. It's interesting where the heck the enemy is at. But yeah, I was very surprised that it said 2 pontoon bridges were made, and I don't know where. Maybe one was made here. Is this a pontoon bridge? I'm really surprised. This message is popped out of nowhere. So 2 pontoon bridges were made. Coke arrived. Shields arrives. And Quartermaster morning report. Morale is intact. That's nice. We're gonna need that. The army supply situation is good. Supply train reached bulk of the units and the supply level is 74 out of 100. You will find the details in the consolidated reports. Okay, I'm gonna set this up, and we still haven't found the enemy, but yeah, we're gonna have to push across the river, so we're gonna have to attack all these 3 bridges. Maybe we're just gonna pin down the enemy and attack from the back. But yeah, I'm gonna position the troops and tune in then. Well, the plan is pretty simple. So 2 single lines with cannons placed up here on this open lands. So let's hope we're gonna be able to fire down on the enemy. Maybe we're gonna have to move them closer. But that's pretty much it. This is gonna be the push most likely. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna march up first with this division. So we have 2 Mississippi rifles in the front and a Springfield at the back. Cannons, howitzers and field guns. So these guys can do quite a good job at suppressing the enemy artillery, though they're not accurate, but yeah. And this division is gonna come up, and we're gonna try with the Mississippi rifles to blast them from apart. From afar. We're gonna try and blast them apart from afar and pin the enemy to sort of defend the bridges. And we're gonna come from the back with this army. So that's kind of the plan. Let's hope it works out. I'm gonna tune in when we find the enemy, because we still haven't found their positions, which is extremely odd. Well, we found the enemy. I've sent the cavalry to scout ahead, and we've just found the enemy. Okay, we can blast these 2 with the Mississippi rifles. We're immediately gonna send Anderson in to block the crossing. We're gonna send the cannons. Oops, a daisy. No. The whole battery, please. I mean the whole division. We're gonna send them up on the hill. And we're gonna send this division to hold the flank. So we're gonna keep them a bit at the back. We're gonna keep the cavalry somewhere in this area. We're gonna attack this flank first with the Mississippi rifles. So they're moving in. The enemy is kind of this position. We're gonna protect the flank and probably we'll see how many troops they have. They might have a whole line here, so we'll see when they pop up. But we're gonna protect the flank and blast them with cannons. Hopefully the position is gonna be fine. Oh, they do have cannons here. Okay, we're gonna send this division into the woods then. Go into the woods and advance. This is gonna be a close engagement. Okay, they are sending out the skirmishers. Majority of their units is on this side. Well, actually, they're in the woods. So, as planned, we're gonna try and squeeze them in. You guys need to march. He's still moving down. There's one thing that I would like the developers to note. When you reposition armies, you know, I always reposition single divisions. But then the commander stays like miles and miles away, and you cannot reposition him without repositioning the whole army. So there is a workaround, but I usually forget that. So the workaround is to move the whole army first where you want your commander to be, and then start repositioning the divisions. Are we being fired upon? But that kind of sucks. So it would be nice if you could hold, when you're deploying units, if you could hold like Alt down or a button down and be able to reposition the general. The high command. Alrighty, let's see, Mississippi Rifleman. It's your job to shine now. So it's cavalry, 1st Cavalry Brigade, quite small. 2nd Brigade, we can rout those. There's 2 strong brigades here. We do have 2 Mississippi Riflemen. We're not gonna go into a single line. Because the reinforcements here have the Springfields, so they might be either set for flanking or just moving them in case the enemy decides to rush attack. Alrighty, cannons. You guys are moving into the woods. Now we do have our 2nd Canadian Brigade fresh on the field. So let's hope they do good. We're probably gonna send skirmishers out to engage the enemy. Are we marching? Alrighty, this unit is marching. Cavalry is marching. Guns should be on the move anytime now. They just received the letter. Let's hope he doesn't stumble and fall. Alrighty, this division is already on the move as well. Is it? Right, Johnston, ride like the wind. Alrighty, so we're set here more or less. So we're gonna start on pushing in. How close do we have to get? Let's say like that. We have to protect our cannons. Are they moving on to us? They're probably just repositioning. So who are you firing at? Are you stuck? We'll have to send this division over here. And double time it. I'm worried that they will attack the cannons. Okay, all orders are issued. We can still send this brigade over. Yeah, okay. Don't move out. Yeah, we're gonna try and sort of get around them. Okay, now they're gonna see that they might be in some trouble. And also I do hope that these cannons are gonna have the range to attack their batteries. So they do have guns there. We cannot engage the battery. Which one has the short range? That's long range. You go counter battery fire. You have the short range. Are you engaging this unit? You also need to go counter battery fire. If I just move them a bit further up, but they're gonna come at us. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come at us. These guys are double timing. As soon as they engage, we're gonna get these cannons up here on this hill. Now, what about this artillery? Are they set? Not yet, but we are moving in. We're rushing in, so we can attack them from the back. Who's got the longest range? This brigade. So the engagement has begun. Already firing on the 2nd Brigade's flank. This is great. You guys need to engage. Oh boy, I already see them panicking. We can fold their flank in maybe. So if we'll get the chance, we'll definitely go for it and squeeze them in the middle. Ooh, this is bad. We need to get their battery out of order. So they're not gonna have the range. We need to move them closer. Okay, if they do intend to rush back, we're gonna have them covered. And you should be somewhere in the middle, please. No losses, the enemy is not returning fire. Oh, that's super great. Springfields and more Springfields. So we're gonna bring more Springfields down on the enemy. Move in. Now this unit is gonna move up on top of the hill and we're gonna try and come from behind. Come on, Mississippi Riflemen, you should be the first ones to engage. Now the issue with these units is they have only short range. We're gonna try and exploit. Let's put them up on this road. No need for scouting anymore. I'm not sure why they're not scouting anymore. But we're gonna try and exploit this road and come up, snatch the point as soon as we start folding in their flank. Maybe we're gonna fold in this flank first, we'll see. They're already wavering. First cavalry, only 250 men. Why are you not in a line? It's interesting, the AI should somewhat react. Move in. I'm not gonna double time it because there's no need for it, and I don't want the troops to get tired. Seems like they are coming over, so let's set this unit up as well. They're gonna take forever to come over. You guys need to double time it. Cannons. Can we fire down on enemy cannons? Not yet. I don't want the enemy to react. Yeah, they did. We don't want to get into an engagement here in this area. Definitely not. But we're still gonna have to move them. So let's do that. Okay, they're moving the cavalry. They might move the whole army across. Okay, time to double time it. We need to engage. We need to engage because we won't be able to hold out with just this unit. Move them on the flank. Yeah, they're coming down. So we're gonna have to push. We're gonna have to push with this division. So Greg's division, time to move. Double time it as soon as we engage. Oops, here they come. Okay, these cannons have now engaged. Not short range though, but they are being shot at. Indeed. Ooh boy, 2nd Canadian Brigade, make us proud, please. No, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna let them go with their order. Did we open up yet? Okay, we are at least covering that part. We need to cover their flank. And let's hope we're not gonna get fired upon, otherwise we're gonna get pressure to attack. You guys need to go counter battery firing. Come on, Greg's division, we are opening up, finally. They're gonna have to react. Oh boy, let's hope we don't get too close. Okay, no need to panic anymore. We're driving them back. That's great. They didn't manage to get into position. Should we send the skirmishers out? No. Ooh, did we manage to rout them? 400 losses. They're sending in the militia brigade. They're gonna get it. You guys get into position ASAP. They have 2 losses, so they are under fire as well. Are we firing on the enemy cannons? Ooh, this is bad. Double time it. We're gonna try and get across, you'll see. Alright, the enemy army is kinda reacting. We're gonna try and snatch the point as soon as we kind of get these units to sort of a position that we can move the cavalry in. But they're moving across, I mean they're moving onto the bridge. So we're gonna move our troops closer. Get to the creek. No losses. No losses. How many losses does this battery have? Oh, come on. Casualties 5. Are we firing on them? We are. Okay, this is great. Are both units firing? I think the enemy... Well, they do have the range. Okay, 2 losses still. They are firing on enemy positions. Okay, they're firing there too. Awesome. So we're gonna kind of squeeze them in here. It seems like it. They're gonna be around the point. They already gave us the McClellan farm. Is this a farm? Seems like a farm. Yeah, they've pulled back. So let's get them into firing range. Their cannons have routed. They're moving in. What's this? 1st Brigade. Can we fire upon them? They're gonna get lit up. No worries about that. If it needs be, I'm gonna turn this unit over as well and fire upon them. We do have the range to fire across. We're gonna let them come across if they want to. Or actually, let's protect the flank. Let's protect the flank. We can fire over with the Mississippi rifles. Let them have it. Let's hope we can open up on that brigade that is wavering. Okay, they are exhausted, poor lads. We're gonna move Stuart in and see if we can actually snatch the point. We also need to get the cannons closer. So is there another hill we can put them on? We're gonna bring them up here. And we're gonna move this division a bit further up. Yeah, we're opening up on the enemy. That's great. Now, how are we doing here? Ooh, bad. Okay, move in, move in. I'm gonna have to make the push somehow. We are being flanked. Move in. Seems like they're moving across the river, so we're gonna have to move in. Other side. Seems like they're moving across the river, so we're gonna have to move in as well. Time to move. Oh boy, our Mississippi rifles are gonna get a bit of a trouble here. No, we want them to rout first. Then we're gonna go after this brigade, turn the units over. Fire at will, they are firing. We need to move there. So they're establishing a line up on their on the hill. Okay, are they routing? Not yet. But they are pulling back. You guys need to double time it. Stop there in the woods. Now, should we push? I'm not that keen on pushing, but if we manage to route a unit or two from there, we're gonna be golden. Time to bombard this part. You guys across? What are you waiting for? Jeez, look, these guys are resilient. 47 losses. Yeah, we might get into a bit of a trouble here. We need to we need to push on. We're gonna get the cannons over here. This I think is a great spot. So we did take McClellan's farm. Oh! Oh, I think the enemy is collapsing. Let's move them here. Push on the enemy. Could you please open up? Oh, they got shot in their backs. Now they're gonna get it. So how are you holding out? Fine, even though losses are kind of high. 64 losses. They only have 5 casualties. Okay, do that. Sometimes you have to reposition them when they are engaged to get into cover. Okay, we've attacked their middle there. Nice. Let's get them into position. We're gonna move this unit over here to help out, but I think we've got them. I'm pretty sure we already squeezed them into the point that they're gonna retreat. Time to move in, lads. For the glory, the Garnett's divisions marching to glory. We were not able to utilize the cannons that much. So where's the enemy gonna retreat? Probably up through there, but we're gonna move the cavalry and blockade that bridge. Oh my god. Get into position. No, hold. Hold! I cannot move them. They're again stuck. Dumbasses. Oh boy, they're gonna get lit up. That's really sad. When they come to the road, sometimes they just get retarded. They dirt out. Okay. Did we manage to retreat those guys? Move the Mississippi Rifles up here real fast. They are firing down on them. You guys need to pressure. You guys need to put up the pressure. We need to get rid of this unit. But we also need to kinda help out here. Yeah, they're dipped out. At least they're not attacked in the flanks. I'm a bit worried about this unit. They have high losses while this detachment has none. Yeah, the units here have really dirtied out. Don't do that. Look at that. Jesus Christ, I hate that. It's an attachment. Okay, now this brigade has come in. Let's hope they get into range quickly. Attack the enemy in their backs. Just get in. So these idiots are still being shot at the back. stop. That's okay there. Oh boy, the 2nd Canadian Brigade. Sorry about, yeah, well, fuck them. Damn it. Why does the game dirt it out like that? We had them surrounded and then this happens. Okay, they're firing on the units that are moving across the bridge. Get in there. Let's hope they do not leave the field. These guys are now gonna have some serious losses if we do not manage to push from the flank. Which we will, but like I said, the units have dirt out. Double time it, man, we need to save that flank. It was perfect, you know, they started getting pushed into our troops. Go and fire at will. They're gonna eat a few shells now. These guys are slowly wavering. I mean, they're really getting their asses lit up. What the heck are you waiting for? Come on. We have our units flanked. Okay, do that. We are firing on the 2nd Brigade. Okay, that's great. These guys are firing down on their cannons, and we are also routing a bunch of enemy units now that they are being attacked in the backs. I don't know if these guns are actually firing, but let's move them up here. I think they kinda got left behind and couldn't do anything. Should we move them across the river? We're just gonna advance there. Act as a reserves. Now how is this unit doing? Yeah, we need to pull them back into the woods. Oops, stop. They already got fucked. I was hoping we're gonna... Oh! Now they are in cover. Yeah, the road is like a cover and it's... it derps out the units. We need to push on. Simply have to push on no matter the losses. Damn it. I put high hopes on the 2nd Canadian Brigades, but they seem to be too green to be able to fight properly. Fall back. Deploy the skirmishers. We're gonna attack their cannons. Or at least, you know, kinda try and hold them back. Oof! Finally! Finally! That brigade has given way. 1st Brigade gave us a nasty headache. At least it gave it one. At least it gave the headache to me. Okay, they seem to be moving in the cavalry. Come on, push. Push, man. What the heck? Alrighty. Just squeeze that's the Mississippi Rifleman. The Springfield Muskets. We're gonna bring them up here. Come on, light them up. We do have the cannons. Pretty sure they're firing down on them. Go fire at will, and you go fire at will as well. So we need to light them up. They're nervous. We're not gonna send the skirmishers out. I think that's it. It definitely was not the way I wanted to play, especially because the units here derped out. This flank was supposed to have the highest damage of them all. What's up with the cavalry? The guys need to advance. I don't mind this unit crossing by. Oof, okay, this got a bit hectic. I do admit that. 56 minutes. We're gonna try and make as many losses, as many casualties, inflict as many casualties as we can. These guys are stuck. So just push. There's a few more units stuck on this side of the river, so we'll push and we're gonna blockade the breach. And why the heck are you moving? Fall back. They're being shot at again. Oh my god almighty. Ah, this is so freaking hectic. Maybe I should give them to not use cover. No, I don't want the unit to get routed. Can you please? You know, it's so frustrating because you cannot turn the unit around. Okay, are they swimming across the river? They might be. Okay, open up, please open up. Attack their cannons. How come they're still being flanked? 5 losses. Oh boy, this is gonna turn into a nightmare. Move in. They lost their long range somehow. Push. Okay, so they're gonna be running across the river. Double time it, get to the river, get the cannons. Oh, are they being shot from close range? Most likely. Finally retreated. I got worried about my cannons. They do have 8 losses, 5 losses. Let's hope we didn't lose any cannons because we really are low on those. Oh boy, this was a bit hectic. But anyway, we smashed them good. They had the same amount of troops more or less than we did. So I think we did pretty darn good. Let's hope they don't retreat. Unstable. They're still firing on their cannons. Let's speed this up. They should retreat anytime now. I would like to get these cannons firing on them as well. So they run away and leave their cannons behind. But yeah, this is it. We've routed them all. Boy, are you... Okay, the 2nd Canadian Brigade has quite a nice, quite a high number of losses, which is really sad, and this one as well. Yeah, it's the road that derped them out. So yeah, lesson learned, I hope. Next time I'm gonna have to press Shift or maybe even deselect them from using cover, because this is going nowhere. They didn't get any cover, and when you tried to kind of move them around, they just showed their asses to the enemy. Okay, so we lost 2,000 men. The enemy has lost 6,000, but they also lost 45 cannons. We lost 1 gun. Who cares? Well, actually. So we're gonna confiscate a bunch of rifles, I hope, and we're also gonna confiscate a bunch of cannons. So all in all, like I said, a bit frustrated because of this road here, but we got them good. We managed to kind of squeeze them in, fold in their flanks, and completely obliterate this army. So yeah, I think that's gonna conclude today's episode. So if you liked it, give it a like. Keep the unit names coming in, because I would really like to have more units. Hopefully not performing as this one, but I think they've learned not to turn their backs on the enemies. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the video, and see you in the next episode.